Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I'm going to be talking a bit about Digimon Seekers, which was just announced last night at Digimon Con 2023. Before I talk about Seekers, I guess I'll just briefly touch on Digimon Con. I do Digifest videos. I haven't done any for Digimon Con because nothing really comes out of them. Last year's was just 6 hours of nothing particularly interesting, and this year's show was better. It was shorter, um, the concert segments were good. The little interview at the start was nice. Um, Again, not a whole lot of new things that are worth talking about for me, except for Digimon Seekers, right? So I think a lot of people are going to come out of Digimon Con disappointed that, one, there was no new games talked about, and two, we know Digimon Ghost Game is ending soon, and we didn't get a new anime. So the day before Digimon Con, there was a leak of the little ad that they showed for the, what is his name? Lugamon Dim, or B Memory. And a lot of people thought, okay, Digimon Seekers, we knew the title the day before Digimon Con, that it's going to be a new anime. It's not a new anime, but it is something I'm actually really interested in. It's a shame we're not getting a new anime, at least for the foreseeable future, but for a long time, I've been thinking that uh, Digimon should try doing some sort of light novel, um, especially because isekai stuff is so popular. And so in my head, I always thought if Digimon just did a, a slightly more adult light novel that's just people going around the digital world, I thought it would do well. That's not exactly what Seekers is. From what we heard about, it sounds more like Cyber Sleuth, and the the uh, the character design. Well, the character designs don't look like Cyber Sleuth, but the artwork we saw, it's real world stuff, and doesn't seem like it's going to be as much digital world stuff. So I'm expecting sort of a real world Eden situation. But yeah, Digimon Seekers. It's not quite an isekai light novel series, but it is a Digimon novel, and I'm interested in it, right? If anybody here has watched my channel, I do videos on light novels and stuff. So I'm interested in this a lot. So what is Digimon Seekers exactly? It is a multimedia project. It is a web novel. It is a live-action series of trailers, and it's going to be merchandise, specifically for the Vital Bracelet BE. And what we got so far is just Lugamon. He's getting a B memory, and there's a special wristband. So there's that. The live action trailers, they did this a couple years ago when the Vital Bracelet came out. I think it was just called Digimon Project 2021. And those were fun. They weren't anything special. They're just trailers where people are interacting with CG Digimon. So we're getting more of that. And then we're getting the web novel. And it's going to be starting really soon, starting on April 3rd. For the first week, it's apparently going to be updating every single day. And then after that, it's going to be releasing new chapters every week until next year, which sounds neat. We also know that it's going to be about, I think it said 60,000 words, which is about the length of 2 light novels. So it's going to be decent sized, and I'm really interested to just see what they do with it, right? The character designs are not strange, but they're just the big coats and the really high pants with long socks, the bottoms of the pants being up in the middle of the shin. I don't like the character designs particularly, but it's a novel, so I don't really have to deal with the character designs that much. But yeah, and we also know a few things about the Digimon that are going to be focused. Lugamon obviously is the new Digimon that's sort of front and center for this. We know his baby forms already. I don't remember their names. I didn't have it written down. But somewhere in this video, I'll just have some images of what was shown and what's been released here, and so you'll be able to see his 2 baby forms, which actually I think look pretty good. I have a problem with baby forms looking too close to rookie Digimon, because I like when they're just sort of their own thing that can then evolve into anything. And these two are vague enough that I think they could be used for multiple different Digimon pretty well, even though they do still look a lot like Lugumon. But also front and center we have Dorumon and Ryudamon, and Lugumon is like a natural X antibody carrier, and so like we're going to be dealing with that, which is cool. And we're also going to be dealing with a couple of other Digimon teams that don't really get a lot of focus. One of them is the D Brigade, which is basically like a Digimon army. We have Commandramon and Tankdramon and like all these Digimon that are just sort of used for battle. And in the images that we've seen and like pre-release stuff, they've shown that there's going to be at least one more D Brigade member, which is cool. And they're also going to be focusing on the, Crack Team, which is one I'm not too familiar with. Like, I've heard the name. I think Chaos Dramon is a part of it, and I think maybe Machine Dramon and like other like machine Digimon. So that's cool. Putting focus on Digimon that might not really get much time to shine in like an anime or something is cool, and like hopefully like every Digimon that comes out, they write these little paragraphs where it's like, all right, here's a little bit about this Digimon, here's some Digimon lore, and then like the animes never really touch on it much, because they're always kind of doing their own thing. The games don't really touch on it too much, so I'm hoping like in this little novel thing we're getting, they're going to touch on like the lore of the D Brigade a bit and the Crack Team a bit, and mess with like Ryudamon and Dorumon. I just hope that Lugumon doesn't end up evolving into something that is just ends up becoming another weapon for Alphamon like Ryudamon does, but I don't really think that's going to happen since he is like the main character, or like the main Digimon at least. We also have Pulsemon, who's going to have a significant role in this. I don't know what's up with Pulsemon, but like I like that Bandai's been kind of consistently pushing him since he was released, right? Like Vital Bracelet came out, he was your mascot, and like he was in all the advertisements and stuff. He was the first dim. He had like a full dim of just all new Digimon. He's the main Digimon in the Digimon Dreamers manga, and now he's going to have a role here. I think that's great. Sometimes like cool new Digimon get introduced and then just get tossed aside and just end up becoming like just another like fodder for like a game where it's like, okay, we need to pad out the roster here. Oh well, let's put that one in. So it's nice to see Pulsemon getting some more like time to shine. And we also got like a bit of information about the main character. He's a 19-year-old cracker. I don't know. I'm assuming that's just like a fancy word for hackers in this. Again, I've been getting some Cyber Sleuth stuff in this a bit because we got like crackers doing their thing, which is sort of like hackers, I think, from Hackers Memory and Cyber Sleuth. And then we have police doing stuff with Digimon 2, which again reminds me a lot of those two games. Overall, I'm actually really excited for this. I don't think there's going to be like a huge audience for a Digimon novel, but I'm really, really excited for it. Biggest fear, and this is a big one, Bandai is not known for good translations. So having them be in charge of translating a novel, I don't know if it's going to be translated well, and it might just be incredibly clunky and awkward to read, and maybe just downright unreadable. But yeah, it seems neat. It's coming out in 3 different languages at launch, English, Japanese, and Chinese. And I'll say this, the artwork reminds me a lot of like Korean comics. I think manhwa, is that what it's called? It reminds me a bit of that, and like I know web novels and stuff are really popular in Korea, and they just announced at Digimon Con that the card game is now going to be releasing in Korea. So I'm really surprised that they're not doing a Korean release for this, because it seems like the artwork in particular is what makes me feel like they were really looking more at some Korean webcomic or web novels and stuff as opposed to like Japanese ones when they were doing this, because the artwork looks very Korean to me. Um, but yeah, it seems neat. The Japanese version is also going to have like an audiobook read by oh, I don't remember her name. She voices Mirai in the Digimon games, and she voices Gamamon in Ghost Game currently, which is neat. And I'm hoping that that's not region restricted, because I'd like to listen to that, even though I don't really speak any Japanese. Um, but yeah, Digimon Seekers. I'm actually really excited. I don't know if I'm going to be covering it on the channel, and if I do, I don't know how. Um, but yeah, I'm in. I'm going to give it a chance, and I'm hoping that it turns out to be good. And I hope that it does well, and like people like it enough that maybe they keep doing this. Like, anime is a lot of money. A video game is a lot of money, and they take a lot of time. A web novel is not going to cost as much because you're not putting as many resources into it, um, and it's not like as time consuming. Like, obviously writing a novel is going to take time, but not like the same amount of time as animating something or programming like a video game and getting all the stuff, like assets and stuff for that. So I hope this does well, and if it's good, like maybe they can just keep this up for a while, right? Like, just have a new little web novel thing every couple of years. Um, could be cool. So yeah, Digimon Seekers. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna give it a chance. I hope it's good, and I hope like more stuff like this can spawn out of it, because this is something that's really right up my alley. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.